God damn. How unawares was your boy caught? You ain't never seen me in a beater before. Not once have you ever seen me with the arms out. Your man was about to get into bed. Your boy had laid his head on the cool side of the pillow and just happened to open up YouTube and got punched in the face. So we're gonna watch this trailer. We're gonna see what it's hitting on. We're gonna give our reaction to it because, good God, I hope this movie is just as good and just as just torturing as the first one was.
Hey, Fleck, you got a joke for us today?
We use music to make us whole, to balance the fractures within ourselves.
I'm nobody. I haven't done anything with my life like you have. Let's get out of here.
What the world needs now is a love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Tell us, what's changed, Arthur?
I'll tell you what's changed. I'm not alone anymore. That's what we should be talking about.
I want to see the real you.
I'm not gonna fake. I have no idea what to think about this film. I think the first Joker film is one of those movies that, if it never got a sequel, it would have been absolutely perfect. And if they had opted to flesh out the character in comic books, that would have been a great direction to take it in. I am not, and I've made this clear in regards to things like Venom, Craven the Hunter, Madame Web. I am not a fan of when you take the a principal character or a principal villain away from his hero and kind of turn them into like this tragic kind of sort of anti-hero figure. I think the first Joker film definitely did it correctly, where even though we could see where Arthur was coming from, he was so evil for the most part in how he was operating and so callous with how he was essentially killing people that we knew right from wrong. We were like, yes, I understand that, you are right. The people who don't have voices are beat down upon by those in power. But at the exact same time, those people have the option to, either A, better themselves, B, remove themselves from that situation, or C, find another way in order to take down the individuals that are essentially oppressing them and keeping them down. Arthur chose the villainous route, which is basically killing them, getting them about the way. And then you see how not only the tragedies of his past cause him to spiral into like that psychosis, but how the tragedies happening in his current life in regards to his friends, in regards to his codependency on his mother, in regards to how he feels about Thomas Wayne, in regards to shit, how he even feels about Bruce Wayne when they first meet, are what end up pushing him to accept the more violent tendencies that he was essentially attempting to ignore. This seems as though And I'm hoping that we don't end up with a regression to his character because he's in Arkham, but it really does seem as though he's playing the role of the inmate because he's essentially trapped. And Harley Quinn isn't being introduced as, because she's wearing patient pants right here. She's not being introduced as a psychiatrist. So it's not a situation where she's a psychiatrist trying to fix him and ends up becoming fixated on him. It seems as though her fixation on him begins outside of the jail. And she decides to try and worm her way into the jail to essentially get close to him to cause her own variation of chaos. And then it's basically like two tornadoes combining to make a completely destructive and catastrophic tornado, because we see her walking up the exact same steps that Arthur walks down when he assumes the Joker persona. So it's highly possible that we're looking at somebody else that is in the exact same situation that he's in, which is she's marginalized, she's being kept down, she's being beaten down by society, and she sees this guy completely lose all of his restraints and he looks free. And she's like, well, I want to understand how he was able to free himself. And as a result, she basically chooses to get super close to him, because it really does seem as though she essentially studies him, because I want to say this might be before they actually sit down and talk to one another, but it seems as though she's doing the gun to the head thing, which means that she might have researched him. She might have took her time to look into him and talk to people that probably knew him. Hell, she might have even talked to Zazie Beetz' character, like, hey, I just want to talk to you about Arthur Fleck. What was he like? And then she does like the whole shooting herself in the head thing. And she decides to take that and use that as like a thing to basically get his attention, because it definitely works when he sees her do it. He definitely It definitely gets his attention, and he starts, like he says, even for somebody like me, I'm realizing now that I'm capable of love. Here's the thing, and I'm really hoping that she makes him realize that even though he's insane, he's capable of love, but then he perverts the love and it doesn't go back towards her. Instead, it goes towards Batman. And Batman becomes the person that he loves and the person that he hyperfixates on. I'm really hoping that we get like a Batman tease at the end of this, where like my man has basically been in jail for like the last 6 or 7 years, and Bruce Wayne is basically coming back to Gotham as like a fresh faced 21, 22 year old. Um to basically begin prowling the streets of Gotham as a vigilante. My man needs to have an acid bath at the end of this. That's what I'm basically getting at. He needs to fall into the vat of acid and fully become the Joker at the end of this film. I don't want to see him go back to jail. I also don't want to see the character essentially get killed off. I wouldn't mind if Lady Gaga's character ends up dying in this film and she's kind of treated as the Harley Quinn prototype before he ends up meeting the actual Dr. Harley Quinzel, and he begins to mold her towards, what Harley Quinn actually is. But I actually do think that Lady Gaga is playing a version of Harley Quinn, and we're actually going to look that up right now. Joker 2 film. I think that she is playing. Where is it? Casting. Yeah, she is definitely playing Harley Quinn. Um, Hold on. Zazie Beetz is coming back? Okay. So Zazie Beetz is coming back. That is unexpected. I did not see that coming in any way, shape, or form. I thought that we were essentially done with her character from the first film. Yeah. So yeah, we're definitely going to see a scene where Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn goes to Zazie Beetz and gets the information from her. But everything here is about the manipulation. And of course, like, even though it says that it's something along the lines of a musical, we see that the musical is basically happening inside both of their heads. And the backdrop, or should I say the reality, is them, I'm assuming, blowing up and setting an entire fucking building on fire and dancing in the streetlight with ambulances and chaos just completely all around them. Now, one of the things I'm interested in here is we see Arthur running away in the street, and behind him is a guy in a clown mask and another guy that's essentially dressed like the Joker. And it could be a situation where this is also in his head or something along the lines of another psychosis or a dream that he's having while he's in the prison, where it's regular Arthur Fleck trying to run away from both the movement that he created and his Joker persona. Or it could be a situation where he is out of jail and he's running away from people that are fixated on him, which is why the Joker was able to consistently always recruit members of Gotham, because the most deranged and broken of Gotham saw themselves in the Joker and were willing to throw themselves to follow him to find his level of freedom, essentially. And then this could be more of the same mental psychosis, where once again they're in like that dream world, but in truth he's being thrown into like solitary. And then of course I'm assuming that this has to do with the jail, because you see the free Joker, Arthur Fleck killed, I don't know what that says. Arthur Fleck killed on the something something. Guilty as charged, Grim Reaper, Justice for Jokers, which we're seeing more people with the clown masks. And then she's walking up the center, so she could be the person representing him. But she's in like full, well, I wouldn't say full Harley Quinn regalia, but it's super close. I think she looks good. Um, like I said, this is like before she probably dons like a full white face, and then her skin gets bleached as well. But so far, yeah, Lady Gaga looks great as the Joker. And then of course more of the same mental space, because we see that the courthouse that was right here before that she was walking up right here is no longer there in this image, and it's completely blacked out. Where was it? Right here, it's completely blacked out in the background. And it's like knock knock, free Joker, resist, free Joker, we love the Joker, free on all charges, and both of them dancing down the steps essentially. That might not be what ends up happening, because we see him being pulled up to the courthouse and he's dressed and there are people cheering him on one side and people hating him on the other. And then we're back inside the mental space again with him standing there inside the dark room. More of the him seeing things or seeing the world through basically him meeting Harley Quinn being a musical. I think she's even in a wedding dress. So it's definitely him. Oh, they brought my man back. The short dude. Yo, oh man, that's great. It's great to see him back. Like, he was the one guy that I was super happy was able to fucking escape and get away, and he was able to actually live. More of the relationship between them inside the real world, where it's getting a little bit intimate, a little bit more serious. And then I want to say that whatever it is that's going on, especially right here, I want to say this is inside of Arkham, where they might have just burned down a wing of Arkham Asylum. But this right here is super interesting. I think these two scenes, this one right here and the one where he's in the rain, this. So these two scenes right here, I think are connected. I want to say that she basically used him for what she wanted, which was to find her own level of freedom, and then once she used him, she essentially abandoned him. Like, I want to say that's what has essentially occurred here, because now you're seeing just absolute chaos inside the courtroom, major explosion, um her pulling a gun on him, which could be the betrayal making its way inside of his mind, inside of the musical itself, and he's able to finally see that she's also the villain. This is also still in the musical, because this is definitely the courtroom with the documents on the table, and she's smearing the blood on her lips to make the smile. This film has a chance to be really, really fucking good. Like, really good. This shot is fantastic. I love that she puts the lipstick on the window and then he smiles into the shape of the clown smile. I'm telling you, man, at the end of this fucking film, my man needs to take an acid bath. He needs to fall into the vat of acid. Absolutely. Expeditiously. There's no reason why he shouldn't. He should fall into it. Yes, he should. But that's it for our Joker official teaser trailer. Let me know what you guys think. I know I don't really upload as much because YouTube isn't my main job, so I kind of do it when I'm free or basically when I feel like it. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.